Hey guys, it's me, Halloween Dan. Today I'm just doing a little bit of a roundup video just to officially end the season because it is now November, which means it is no longer Halloween. Sad, sad times. Rest again for another year, Samhain. I just like to do this little roundup video every year just to sort of go over the Halloween season we've just had and to look forward to next year's Halloween season. So let's get into it. So like I said, it's November now, Halloween is over. You can see from the relatively bare room again around me, we've taken down the majority of our decorations. They are now just sort of located in piles around the house, which I have to organise before they go back up into the loft. I'll probably do another little video sort of showing some of my animatronics one last time just before they go back into the loft. I might have them all going in one room at the same time, which will be lovely. But I just like to do a bit of a roundup to talk about Halloween. It's sad that it's over. It always makes me a bit sad. You know, it's nice to sort of remember it a little bit because it can quickly fade out of the mind. This year, a big feature of my Halloween was something I think I've got to get a grip of next year, which is Halloween stress. I brought it up in a past video where I talked about how I was getting like a Halloween anxiety. For me, it's this thing of it when things don't work out how I wanted them to, be it that a prop I wanted didn't arrive, or things being not turning out how I wished they had done that I'd made. One of the biggest stresses for me this year was the weather. Now, we all know there's nothing anyone can do about the weather, and this year, a bit like last year, the weather was lacking anything to be desired. It was not nice weather at all. It's lovely weather right now, but in the run up to Halloween, basically from the Wednesday before Halloween, which took place on the Sunday, every day was sort of mix of sunshine and showers. Every now and again there'd be great big gusts of wind, and it can really disrupt a Halloween display. I've seen plenty of other pictures and videos of other people's Halloween displays, not just in the UK, disrupted by the weather. So it can use, you know, it's an investment, isn't it, Halloween? I'll start buying things in August and September. You start to build things at that same time of year, always hoping that the weather plays ball, because a lot of this stuff is not very good outside and it's quite fragile. So the weather, you're always hoping the weather plays the same game you're playing, but it often in the UK doesn't. That's not just a Halloween thing, that's a general thing. It's always a shame when it doesn't. And that was something I had this year. I put out all my stuff the Sunday before, and I had a great deal of anxiety basically for the whole week. And that anxiety is quite tiring. It really does exhaust you, thinking constantly about how well your Halloween display is surviving the weather. So that side of things I've got to get a better grip on for next year. I've got to just let it be, and maybe I might have to rethink my display next year. I might have to do something completely different so that anxiety isn't triggered. But in terms of a review of the Halloween season, it was a really good one. There were negatives and positives like there are every year. We'll talk about the positives first. The positives were that the majority of the things that I wanted for Halloween I got. We had a great kids Halloween party that we had on the Saturday. I'll put some pictures on, where we played loads of different Halloween themed games. Some of them were games I played before, like Find Frankenstein's Body Parts. That's always a fun game where I make like a jelly brain, and we have an arm hung up somewhere and they have to find his heart and all kinds of different things. That's always fun. We made magic spells, potions with me dressed up as this weird witch incarnation that I create every single year. With some dry ice, that's always fun. We did bobbing for apples, traditional things, but also hooking apples and throwing apples. We did like a coconut shy game as well. We did lots of games. Oh, and a pinata, Halloween pinata, that was always fun. So we did lots of things for the Halloween party. It was loads of fun. The kids really enjoyed themselves. It was like candy overload as well, so that always goes down well with the parents when they come to pick their kids up. We went to a place I've already mentioned, Biddulph Grange, where we earlier in the week, where we did they had like a spooky walk through their gardens. Biddulph Grange, if you don't know what Biddulph Grange is, it's a beautiful garden set in Staffordshire, where each garden is sort of representing a country. There's an Egyptian garden and a Chinese garden and all these different gardens, and they're really well kept and very beautiful. And they'd put up a spooky trail through these gardens, which was fun. And then we just really spent a lot of our time keeping an eye on our props and our decorations and letting people see what we had. And that is stressful, I have to admit, constantly thinking, oh, is the weather okay? Or is it okay to put something out now? Is it not? I'm not sure. That side of things is a little bit stressful, but I still had a lot of fun doing it. The negatives of this Halloween season, well, I've already said about the weather, so we don't need to go over the weather again, because it could have been much better, but it could have been much worse as well. It wasn't like it was completely terrible the whole week running up to Halloween. The biggest negative this year was getting things, because we're still on a lag after the pandemic. Not that the pandemic's over, just that we are still in the sort of foothills of getting out of the pandemic, I suppose. Lots of things, global trade is a lot slower than it was this time last year, and I struggled to get props. I had, as I said in one of my videos, I had the Gravedigger prop on order, which I had to cancel because he wasn't going to arrive in time for my haunt. I had other things that I'd hoped to get that I didn't even see in shops or anything. There was lots of things missing off shelves, lots of things, and lots of the Halloween decor and things that I might have been tempted to get, it was lacking. It just either had already gone and they hadn't got replacements in yet, or it was supposed to arrive and it never did. Like Aldi is one of the biggest sort of shops in the UK, and they always do a really good range of Halloween stuff. And particularly online, they do inflatables and stuff, but they also do some props and some animatronics. And this year, I don't think they got the majority of their stuff. It just never even arrived. So there was lots of little disappointments like that. But most of what I wanted, I got. And to be fair, I have a lot of stuff. And my wife, as far as she's concerned, I don't need anything else. I need to stop buying stuff. With that all said, we had a great time. We managed to get out trick-or-treating. The kids really enjoyed it. It was really wet and horrible on Halloween evening, but we still managed to get out trick-or-treating. We must have ourselves had somewhere close in the region of about 300 trick-or-treaters, which for us in the small community we're a part of is a massive deal. We don't ever usually see anywhere near that number of people. We raised a nice amount of money for the charity that we were raising money for. And everything went as well as it could have been. Everyone appreciated my display and quite liked it. And a very new piece of news that I've only found out this morning is we won the Spooky Spider Trail again. Yay! I don't know whether you remember, this time last year I put in my end of Halloween season video that we took part in a Spooky Spider Trail, which is a walk around the village where everyone goes and looks at the different displays. And everyone votes for their favourites. And ours won again, yay! A bit similar to last year. Unfortunately, again, this sounds really conceited, it is a bit of a shooting fish in a barrel situation for us because we go so big with all our different things and not many other people do. In fact, actually this year, if anything, less people did, which is really disappointing, not only for the Spooky Spider Trail itself, but for me, because I really wish more people did it. I know that sounds bad. I don't mean to sound conceited, because what I really want out of this is that more people go big. I love seeing other people's decorations and other people's animatronics and whatever else. And if someone else went as big as me, I would be in heaven. I love seeing all that kind of stuff. But it's good news. My kids are really happy that we won, and it's nice to feel appreciated. That was really good, positive news to find out this morning. That was just a really brief, well, not that brief a video, where I just thought I'd round up the Halloween season. I'm very, very sad that Halloween is over. I always am at this time of year. There is a little bit of a hollow, empty space in my heart knowing that it's no longer Halloween. But I always say, let's look forward to the next one. You know, let's look forward to 2022. Hopefully next Halloween, everything will be a bit more settled and maybe we'll get all the things I really want. I'm not so sure I'm going to buy any new animatronics next year, even though I love looking at them. I think I might have enough. My garden is getting more and more packed with them. And I might have to rethink the theme next year. I've done the cemetery now. I've done the witch and all the rest of it. I might go... I'm still going to incorporate them, but I'm going to have to maybe rethink the theme, reshuffle maybe a few of my animatronics and think about where they might be better positioned. But all of that's very far away now. We've got all the Christmas and stuff to get past next. So if you've joined me over the last 12 months, I said this in my last video, but I'll say it again. Thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. And this journey isn't over. There's plenty more to talk about. There's plenty more things for me to react to and one thing and another. I love hearing your input. I love seeing what you've created. If you want to, you know, if you've got your own Halloween displays that you put out and you've been too scared to put them on the internet, I like seeing them. Send them to me. Follow me on Instagram. I have an Instagram Halloween Dan. Send me your pictures. Send me your videos. I love seeing them. So let's continue to be this great Halloween community that we are, and let's get into 2022 and let's hope that next Halloween turns out just as good as this one. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Keep it spooky. Bye.